All right, now let's see if we got any airplay. Mic check. There we go. I can hear that. All right. Plates. Officer Manga Bar. Banya Howard, Banya Shah. It's like Banya Howard. You're Judah. Banapari and Banya Shah. Yabashim Yashabatam. I'm so used to just you Judahites being here. Got my turn. It's black. And if you give everybody a fork too or something, you got the scoop. Laya Shala. Yeah, overdo it like yesterday. Get a little At a magum, which means stand. Panyakwadum, turn to face the east. Straight ahead. Yeah. There's the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 13. Abanau, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakmaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawak, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathon the Nabu, Nakal, Call, Yawam, Wasalak the Nabu, Kabawat Nabu, Kasalak Nabu, Kabawat Yanabu, Wala'a, Kabiyah Nabu, Balasawar, Ball, Haushana, Hayah, right, Hayah, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, I will love you. Amen. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debt.
As we forgive our debtors.
We forgive our debt.
And lead us not to temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Pray for the Hakat, the power in evil. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Baruch Shah.
Baruch Shah.
Nathan Lanam. Hakat.
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 La Rafa'ah.
La Rafa'ah.
Kal Makalah.
Kal Makalah.
Wakal Marawah.
Kal Marawah.
Hakat.
Hakat.
La Tahar.
La Tahar.
Hamat Azarain.
Hamat Azarain.
Hakat.
Hakat.
La Hakmu. Hamathim.
Hamathim.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Arakawah.
Arakawah.
Hatama'ala. The God son. Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
The one Aman. In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Please give us the power.
Please give us power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Yahweh Shah.
Correct the number. Wayasha'ala. Wahab Bayat Sapari. Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
The one Aman.
The one Amen.
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Bless us in Yahsha'Allah.
Bless us in Yahshua.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya.
Ayanya.
All.
All.
Hahari. Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azari.
Azari.
Azari. Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'rakazah. Ayathan.
Ayathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalaka.
Regalaka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shabaka.
Shabaka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamal.
Shawamal.
Yasha'al.
Yasha'al.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamar.
Shamar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalaka.
Tazalaka.
Al-Yah.
Al-Yah.
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ashamash.
Ashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaraka. Wa'yirak. Halayala. Yahweh. Yashmar.
Yashmar.
Bakawah. Yashmar. Out the posture. Yahweh. Yashmar.
Yashmar.
Taza'ak. Wa'ba'ak. Ma'aitah. Wa'ak. Allah. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from your help.
My help cometh from your help.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not suffer.
He will keep thee not suffer.
Behold,
behold,
he that keepeth Yahshua,
he that keepeth Yahshua,
shall neither suffer nor sleep.
Suffer nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in. In this time forth. And even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Ahai. Oh. Damya. Makah. Oh. Bakarash. Wa'o. Hashwa. Oh, Kayakana, oh, Yabika, Yahweh, you want, well, my scenario comes. Salaki. Shawa, so what? Well, yeah, but yeah, I can't so what? Well, yeah, but yeah, I can't so what? I'm present for what you could. A moral one. Not for what? When I can't get done. Magolian. Well, up. There's a call. Show me that honor. I was. Oh, yeah. No what? I can't so what? Love. Your cousin. Maria. Your correct one. I hold it. I want. Why am Shema Alayah? Ma'ala. What a day. Your ball. What I'm away. I'm a shot. I'm Savior. That's a wall. God answer wall. Now what? I'm up. I what? So what? The bundle. The what? Salah. I shot. The home. Commanded. Hasiyah, sir, up. Kayakin. Manakol. For Yashua. Nashmakum. Ma'ayam the other. I what? The money. Lord Dana. Shaitan. Nadai Yam what? Kara. Marcus Abba. Marcus Abba. Marcus Abba. Call the same number. Shout. Among. Now you can shout. Not a what? Not a what? On a head. On a head. Say your thumb. Kapah. The pioneer. We're cut. Cut up. Stop an idol. What kind of hell? How are you? What possible on your home, for the water, or you have a question, some cut, your home, your first one, or you have a home, and yeah, or you have a problem, or you have a problem, or you have the able, some cut, your home, the all you want, come, in English, you met the servants, oh God. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, oh God. For lo, thy enemies make the tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Yahshua may be no more remembered. For they consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Israelites of Moab. And the Green. Gabal. And Edom. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Asur also is joined with them.
Asur also is joined with them.
They hope in the children of light.
They hope in the children of light. Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Terror.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
As the brook of Kishon.
As the brook of Kishon.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nose like a red.
Like the nose like a bread.
And like said.
Like the
Yeah. All their princes as above.
And the princes of Sabbath.
And that is our Lord. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
All our power.
All our power.
Make them like the wheel.
Make them like the wind.
As the stuff before the wind.
As the stuff before the wind.
As the fire burns the wood.
As the fire burns the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
As the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
And they seek thy name.
Oh, Yahweh.
Oh, yeah.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be far in trouble forever.
Yeah. Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
And we know that God,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name belongs to Yahweh,
art the most high
are the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Break the power structure in Eden. Baruch the Yahweh, Yahweh Shah.
Baruch
Baruch Allah, but the Savior, Yahweh, I'll surround you. What does I help you? In English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh. And Michael. And the angels. The lady Jerry Yahweh. The captain. The officer. The troopers. Every sister. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
So at the front. Yeshabi, be seated. All right, shalom. Y'all about to send me outside, break a thumb to the brothers. Y'all Samarla thumb about to send me outside to the sisters. We are the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, established in 1969, 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are led by Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other organization. Israel, pay your tithes. Go to isupk.com right now and get that settled. It's like the camera froze. Looks like the camera's giving us problems. And Slack reply if you could while you're over there. Okay, get the King James 1611 and then one of the Torahs, please. The what? All right, Salakia. You got some issues with the camera. South Dakota, can you still hear me? Camera might be out, but can y'all still hear me? Can I hear it on YouTube? All right, yeah, you can still hear, you just can't see me. All right. All right, so Lucky, give me 1 second. I gotta unplug the camera and plug it back in. Salakia.
All right. Salaki for the technical difficulties. We're going to get this figured out one day. But the water for y'all patience. Isupk Milwaukee Sabbath Service class. What's like your Sabbath service? Can't just call it a Sabbath Service class. Any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to ask. But again, this is Sabbath service, so try to keep it on topic, at least with the scriptures that we're reading. If something isn't clearly understood, other than that, camera services. Other than that, we can address any questions that are off topic after class, after the Sabbath service. So like it. All right, so with that, we are in Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 29, reading through Leviticus chapter 25 and 19. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 29 in the Hebrew. Kaya, Kal, Hanapash, Ashar, La'a, Taina, Baitazam, Hayawam, Hazah, Wana Karatha, Ma'ayim Yaha. Verse 30. Wakal, Hanapash, Ashar, Taisha, Kal, Malaka, Baitazam, Hayawam, Hazah. Waha'a Badathia, Ha, Hanapash, Hahawa'a, Makorah, Aima. Verse 31. Kal, Ma, Slaki, Malaka, La'a, Ta'aishua, Hakwath, Awalam, Ladarathicum, Bakal, Mashabathicum. Verse 32. Shabbat, Washabathawan, Hawa'a, Lakam. Why now your thumb? Now Pashathicum. Batash Aiha, Lacharash, Ba'irab, Ma'irab, Irab, Tashabathwa, Shabbat Slaki, Shabbathakam. Verse 33. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Al-Mashah, La'amar. Verse 34. Dabar, Al-Banya, Yasha'ala, La'amar, Bachamashah, Aishar, Yawam, Lacharash, Hashabi'ayah, Hazah, Kagah, Hasakowath, Shabbai, Yamayam, La Yahweh. Verse 35. Bayawam, Hara'ashawan, Bakwara'a, Qudash, Kal, Malakah, Ibadah, La'a, Ta'aishwa. In English, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. So again, we were going through Leviticus chapter 23, which outlines the high holy days, except for, I think the only ones that are not mentioned in Leviticus might just be Hanukkah. And Hanukkah you can find in Maccabees, the Feast of Dedication, which Yahweh kept. This one is talking about the Day of Atonement. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from his people. If you're not going to take that effort to do that fast, to focus on your weak points, to discipline yourself, I would count you as a liability to the people. Shout out to Rapid City, shout out to South Dakota, shout out to Sioux Falls, shout out to New Orleans. You got a new, sis got a new account then. Yeah, shout out to Priest and also 5,000 Model Bar. He's amazing family out there in New Orleans. Nazamana, shalom sis. Shout out to young man O. Shout out to young man OB. Salaki again if I'm getting the names backwards or out of rank. Salaki. Shout out to the young ones in the family too. Shout out to the brothers in here that have joined us. Officer 1,000 Rapai Yali. We got Trooper Natazak. We got young man Q. Well, it's like young man Kowal. Salaki. These high holy days are something that we cannot ignore. It's part of our culture. It is an ordinance that we are to follow. This ain't optional. Like, people got the option to celebrate Christmas or not. In a sense, they kind of force it on you, though, because everybody, they so publicly practice it. And in the schools, most sound correct. Young man O is the father, young man OB is the son. All right, go up. You damn near got to keep your kids from school on those days because they're going to have turkeys all over the place on Thanksgiving. They're going to have Christmas decorations in December. They're going to have hearts all over the place in February. And they're damn near forcing that celebration and that observance on your children. We do have that option to not partake at all. These are not optional. The high holy days of the Most High, these are not optional. This is something that we are commanded to observe and to keep alive as a people. This is part of our culture. How else are we going to keep this tether together if we don't exercise our culture and our faith? And that comes in the form of paying your tithes, not doing drugs, not being a thief, not being an adulterer, celebrating the Passover. You know what I'm saying? We got Hanukkah coming up. So we're gathering with your people for the Feast of Dedication. And whoever ain't willing to do this, whoever ain't willing to do a 24-hour fast, it's a simple thing. It might be tough in the beginning because, again, we're used to the accessibility of food and water and everything at our fingertips. And to the outside world, they're not going to look at you really any funny if you say, yeah, I'm going on a fast, and then you decide to break it. That's almost, they're expecting us to fail. They're expecting you to be a fake Muslim, a fake Christian, a fake Israelite. We're already fake Muslims. We're already fake Christians. Let's not dumb down our own culture. We got the opportunity right here in front of us to actually do it. Ain't nothing stopping us from doing this. There's no excuse under the sun that would prevent us and keep us from completing our task here. So 24 hours without food and water to afflict your soul, that's not too much to ask for the life and the privileges that the Most High have given us.
That's right.
And the authority that we are promised in the future too. Let's not forget about the prophecies to come. Verse 30. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work, that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Verse 31. You shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest. And ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even to even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. Verse 33. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 34. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. Verse 35. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. When we got orders to stand down from work, like right now, you might not be able to get off of work. They might demand that of you. If you are able to take off of work for these holidays, you should. If you are a business owner, you cannot make your employees work on these days either. heathen or otherwise. But for certain the Israelites, whether they acknowledge it or live by it or not, you can't put them to tax. That doesn't mean that you can't rake the leaves in your lawn, though. It doesn't mean that you can't do the laundry. It doesn't mean that you can't cook dinner using fire. You ain't gotta do cold cuts all day and have, in the dead of winter, having your family freezing. That wouldn't be wise. That wouldn't be appropriate. That'd be very unbrotherly and watered down. Yeah, the small hats, they're going to pretend to be that stringent to where they're going to have their maids and servants do all the work around the house. They are breaking the Sabbath. All right, back into the Hebrew, verse 36. Shabbat, Yamayam, Wakwarab Asha, La Yahweh, Bayawam, Hashamayanya, Makwara'a, Quadash, Yahaya, Lakam, Waha Kwarabatham, Asha, La Yahweh, Aitazara, Hawa'a, Call, Malaka, Ibadah, La'a, Taishwa, verse 37. Allah, Mawa'ibia, Yahweh, Ashar, Lakwara'a, Atham, Makwara'aya, Kodash, Laha Kwaraya, Asha, La Yahweh, Ilah, Wamanaka, Zabat, Wanasakiyam, Dabar, Yawam, by Yawamwa, verse 38, Malabai, Shabbathath, Yahweh, Wamalabai, Mathanawatikam, Wamalabai, Call, Nadayikam, Wamalabai, Call, Nadabawatikam, Achar, Tathanawa, La Yahweh, verse 39, Akah, Bakamashah, Aishar, Yawam, Lacharash, Hashabiah, Ba'a Sabakam, Af, the power Af, Haratazah, the Chagawa, Af, Chagah, Yahweh, Shabbat, Yamayam, Bayawam, Harashawan, Shabbatwan, Wabayawam, Hashamayanya, Shabbatwan, verse 40. Walakwak Hatham, Lakam, Bayawam, Harashawan, Paya, Aitazah, Hadar, Kapath, Thamarium, Wa'ina, Aitazah. Okay. Ibath, Wairabia, Nachal, Washamachatham, Lapanya, Yahweh, Alahayakam, Shabbat, Yamayam, verse 41. Wakagatham, Athwa, Chagah, La Yahweh, Shabbat, Yamayam, Pashana, Hakwath, Awalam, Ladarathikam, Bacharash, Hashabiah, Takagaya, Slaki, Takagawa, Athwa, back in English. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 36. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein. Verse 36. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 37. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day. Verse 38. Beside the Sabbaths of the Lord, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which ye give unto the Lord. Verse 39. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. Verse 40. And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. Verse 41. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. You shall celebrate it in the 7th month. It's like ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Back into the Hebrew. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 42. Basakat, Tashabu, Shabai, Yamayam, Kal, Hazarak, Bayasha'ala, Yashabu, Basakat. Verse 43, Lama'ain, Yara'aibu, Dorathikam, Ayah, Basakawa, Hawashabathia. It's like it. Salaki. Hawashabathia. Ah, Banya, Yasha'ala. Baha, Salaki. Bahawa, Taza Ya'aya. Awatham, Maratazah, Matazari, Anya, Yahawah, Alahayakam. Verse 44. Wayadabah, Mashah, Ah, Ma'adian, Yahweh, Albanya, Yasha'ala. Leviticus chapter 4, it's like it. Leviticus chapter 24, verse 1. Wayadabah, Yahweh, Al-Mashah, La'amal. Verse 2. Hazawah, Ah, Banya, Yasha'ala. Wayakukawa, Alika, Shaman, Zayat, Zakah, Kathayat, Lama'aw, Slaki, Lama'awar, Laha, Slaki, Laha, Ilaf, Nara, Tamayah. Verse 3. Machawataza, Slaki, Laparakaf, Ha'edaf, Ba'ahol, Mawai, Yarak, Athwa, Haran, Slaki, Aran, Ahran, Myra, Ai, Bakwal, Lapanya, Yahweh, Amayak, Taquath, Awalam, Ladarathicum. Verse 4. I, Hamanara, Hatahara, Yairak, Ah, Hanarawaf, Lapanya, Yahweh, Tamaya. All right, back into the English. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. Verse 43. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Verse 44. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord. Leviticus chapter 24, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil, pure oil olive, beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually. Verse 3, without the veil of the testimony in the tabernacle of the congregation shall Aaron order it from the evening unto the morning, before the Lord continually. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Verse 4, he shall order the lamps upon the pure candlestick before the Lord continually. So at this point in Leviticus, this was prior to the Maccabee era, like where Hanukkah is kind of known by the symbolism of the menorah, the 7 candlesticks. Menorah just means candlestick. It doesn't necessarily mean 7. It doesn't have to be 7 candlesticks on there to be a menorah. The menorah itself just means candlestick. So we had this custom of lighting the candles and keeping that light going prior to the Feast of Dedication. Back into the Hebrew, Leviticus chapter 24, verse 5. Wala pukah, salah, wa'apiyah, athah, shafiyam, aishara, alawaf, shanya, aisharayanya, salakia, aisharanyam, yahaya, hakala, ha'achat, verse 6, washamath, awtham, shafiyam, ma'arakawaf, shashah, hama'irakath, ayl, hashalachan, hatahar, lapanya, Yahweh. Verse 7. Wanathath, ayl, hama'irakath, labana, zakat, zakah, wahayatha, lalacham, la'azakara, asha, la Yahweh. Verse 8, by Yawam, Hashabbat, by Yawam, Hashabbat. Ya'arakanwa. It's like y'all getting a little cold. It's like I forgot to turn on the heat. Then my fault. It's like it. There we go. Now we should notice it different. My fault. Everything's on now. Yeah, it's like yeah. Yeah, that's back there. I just didn't turn on the heat on the monitor here. My fault. It's like it's in a minute above me. Could have had somebody else do that. My fault. Where were we? Ya'arwakanwa, Lapanya Yahweh, Thamaya, Ma'af, Banya Yasha'ala, Bariyah, Awalam. Verse 9. Wahayatha, La'aran, Walabanyawa, Wa'akalahawa, Bamakwam, Kodash, Kaya, Kodash, Kodashim, Hawa'a, Lawa, Ma'ashia, Yahweh, Takwa, Awalam. Verse 10. Waya Taza'a, Ban Asha, Yasha'aliyah, Wahawa'a, Ban Ayash, Batazariya, Bathaya, it's like a Bathawak, Banya, Yasha'ala, Waya, it's like a Wayana Tazawa, Bamachana, Ban Hayasha'aliyah, Wayash, Hayasha'ali, it's like Hayasha'aliyah. Verse 11. Wayakwa, Ban Hasha'a, it's like it. Ban Ha'asha, Hayasha'aliyah, Ak Hasham, Wayakwala, Wayabaya'awu, Akwa, Al Masha, Washam, Amwa, Shalamya, Ba, Dabarya, Lamata, it's like it. Lamata, done. Back into the English. Leviticus chapter 24, verse 5. And thou shalt take fine flour and bake 12 cakes thereof. 2 tenth deals shall be in one cake. Verse 6. And thou shalt set them in 2 rows, 6 on a row upon the pure table before the Lord. Verse 7. And thou shalt put pure frankincense upon each row, that it may be on the bread for a memorial, even an offering made by fire unto the Lord. I'm going to make a note of that. I'm going to try to find some pure frankincense oil. Try to include that in the next show break. See how that turns out. In verse 8, every Sabbath shall, every Sabbath he shall set it in order before the Lord continually, being taken from the children of Israel by an everlasting covenant. Verse 9, and it shall be Aaron's and his sons, and they shall eat it in the holy place, for it is most holy unto them of the offerings of the Lord made by fire, by a perpetual statute. Verse 10, and the son of the Israelitish woman, whose father was an Egyptian, went out from among the children of Israel, and this son of the Israelitish woman and a man of Israel strove together in the camp. And the Israelitish woman's son blasphemed the name of the Lord and cursed, and they brought him unto Moses, and his mother's name was Shelemith, the daughter of Debri of the tribe of Dan. So it was a sister who had a son by a heathen. Her son went running his mouth in the camp of Israel. Given our nature, there's really only kind of one eventual outcome in those scenarios. Unjustified unaliving is wrong. Salakia, reply. If you could, my OCD is killing me. That picture right there? Nope. The one that's crooked, the one that's sticking out like a sore thumb. There we go. Barbecue shots. Salakia. The water. We can tolerate all types of shit talking. We've been dealing with it for years. That's not that big of a deal, especially when we're out there in the public. Anybody can say anything in the public, but you're not going to come into this room, just start running your mouth and not have to answer to our authority. You can get put out too. So now this heathen is in the Israelite community, an Israelite only community, running his mouth, bumping his gums. Back into the Hebrew. Leviticus chapter 24, verse 12. Waya Salaki. Wayanya Sahawa. Bamastamal. La Parash. Laham. Ayab. Payah. Yahweh. Verse 13. Wayadabar. Yahweh. Al Mashah. La Amal. Verse 14. Hawa Taza'ah. Ah. Hamakwalo. Oh. Makawatazah. Lamachana. Wasama Kawa. Slack it. Wasama Kawa. Call. Hashamana Yum. Ah. Yada Yaham. Ayam. Ra'ashwa. Waragamwa. Athwa. Call. Ha'adah. Verse 15. Wa'al. Manya. Yasha'ala. Thadamal. La'amal. Ayash. Ayash. Kaya. Yakwala. Alahaywa. Wanasha. Hata'awu. Verse 16. Wanakwa. Sham. Yahweh. Mawaf. Yawamath. Ragawam. Yaragamwa. Mawaf. Call. Ha'ara. Kagar. Kazarak. Banakwabwa. Sham. Yawamath. Verse 17. Wayach. Kaya. Yakaha. Ka. Napash. Adam. Mawat. Yawamath. Verse 18. Wamaka. Napash. Bahama. Yashalama. Slack it. Yeah. Yashalamana. Napash. Thakaf. Napash. Verse 19. Wayach. Kaya. Yathan. Mawam. Ba'ayim Yathwa. Kasha. Aisha. Khan. Yaisha. Lawa. Verse 20. What's like? Who's like? I went a little ahead. Back to the English, Leviticus chapter 24, verse 12. And they put him in ward that the mind of the Lord might be showed them. So they had this camera, man. Looks like the mic is still working. Camera is a little funky. Rapide, do you know which cord in the back is the camera? Do you know which cord is for the camera? Because all we got to do is unplug it and plug it back in. There's in the small monitor box, that small Apple box that's on top of the speaker to the left. Behind that, there's going to be a USB cord connected to this little white strip. And that white strip, there's going to be a handful of cords coming out of there, like maybe 2 or 3 cords or something. One of them is a white USB cord. The other one's a black USB cord. Unplug that black one. Looks like we still got the mic because that is connected to something different. But that camera, some glitching. While he's working that out, I'll continue reading. Gonna see if the brother can't work out some of these kinks. So they detained this individual, this heathen that's in the Israelite land amongst the Israelite people, because his mother, I need you in the front. I need you to go under the table, grab that white box. No, from that side. In the front. Plug that in. The white power strip, white power box. Plug it into the floor. That'll fit there. To the floor outlet. All right, for what? Like we are having all kinds of issues, but we're gonna get through this. So they had detained this heathen who's running his mouth amongst in the land of Israel. Might have to unplug it for a little bit and let it kind of catch its breath. I don't know what the issue is, but it seems like you got to unplug it for a little while. To get instruction from the Most High is what they're waiting on. Verse 13, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 14, bring forth him that cursed without the camp, and let all that heard him lay their hands upon his head, and let all the congregation stone him. We need to get the scripture, because this is something that people don't seem to know about. They understand it well enough if it's something that offends them. And everybody wants to be so politically correct or progressive or liberal about things that they can understand having to put somebody to death if it infringes upon their freedoms. God forbid you try to take away their guns, their freedom of speech. Though those are kind of the main two. And they will hunt you down. They will try to assassinate you. They will try to unalive you. And a couple people had already faced that. Donald Trump got shot at. Charlie Kirk, he got unalived because of the words that he spoke against other people that was offensive to them. And he wasn't even insulting like them personally. Like that individual who popped him, Charlie Kirk wasn't personally offending him by any means at all. Yet that individual was so offended, he felt to the point where he had to take action against him. So now, let me get this one scripture. All right, somebody give me Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. I think there's another one that I'm looking for too, but this does go with it. Go ahead.
Shalaki. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue.
It's like a death and life are in the power of the tongue. You can offend somebody so much to the point where they feel the need to take your life, to unalive you for your offense.
That's right.
We're not so thin-skinned in Israel. But you got this devil who's coming into our land blaspheming the Most High. Now, blaspheming the Most High isn't just saying, God doesn't exist. That's not blaspheming the Most High. He is the God of, you're worshiping the God of the Arabs or the God of the Canaanites. I wouldn't say that, but like you'd have to be saying like that our God is, there's certain extremes. I have to double check to see how it qualifies for it, but like it's bigger than just saying, all right, your God is fake and phony. It's like you're probably just gonna ask something.
Shalaki. To add on what you're saying, when I read the rest of that verse, Shalaki, can I read it?
Bob Kusat.
And they that love it shall eat of the fruit thereof. Fruit thereof, meaning it's not talking about fruit you eat from the tree. It's talking about the actions or the actions or the fruit of everybody else. Because Genesis is speaking of the fruit, and there is speaking of the fruit. So it's not the fruit thereof. It's not the fruit that come off the tree. It's the fruit thereof. Where of the scriptures or of the Bible is talking about thereof. So the fruit which was Abraham, Adam and Eve, they're talking about the actions,
The consequences, the result of it. Yeah. That's the fruit that they bore, messing with that specific tree.
Yeah.
The consequences, the death that came with it, the style of death.
That's right.
So read that verse again.
And Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat of fruit thereof.
So now if you love death, you're gonna do some dumb shit that's gonna get you killed. You're gonna go out of your way. You're going to intentionally offend people and start shit with people that in hopes that they're gonna kick back against you.
That's right.
So like just like all these knuckleheads that you got running around, causing unnecessary problems for people. They want that smoke. So if you love death, you're going to be looking for conflict. If you love life, you're going to try to be at peace with people. You're going to find a better way to be civil and deal with people, brothers and sisters. Listen, sisters out there will do it too. They'll take your life just as fast as a brother. And not to say that, because it says life and death are, it's like, read that part again. Life and death are held.
They are power of the tongue.
Read that first part again. Life and death are what?
Life is death are in the power of the tongue.
All right. And that's not the only way that you can get yourself killed. It is by running your mouth. So I don't want people to think that that's the only thing that you got to do to meet your fate. There's a number of different ways that it can happen, but running your mouth, that could be one of them. All right, Salaki, we are, where do we leave off? 12, 13, 14. All right, so they were ordered to stone him. Verse 15, and thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, whosoever curseth his God shall bear his sin. You know, this is the guy that brought us out of Egypt, that gave us power on the earth, that gave us a kingdom to build, and we're going to turn our backs and run our mouth against him? I'd rather not. I do something stupid and I got to reap the benefits of it. That's my fault, man. Either went against the council, went against protocols, broke the law. That's on me. Whatever happens after that, that's my responsibility. That's my burden to bear. I ain't trying to take nobody down with me, but I can't blame the Most High Power that gave me rules that I broke. Well, we're not going to do that. You're not going to sit there and pout about it afterwards. We're not children no more. Yeah, Ira, she can get away with some of that right now. Her and Malquai, that's about it. We don't even give Dallas no slack no more because he's a dude. He's a brother. But that little girl and that little baby, okay, yeah, that's different. They're kids. We're not kids no more. Verse 16, and he that blasphemeth the name of the Lord, he shall surely be put to death, and all the congregation shall certainly stone him, as well the stranger, as he that is born in the land, when he blasphemeth the name of the Lord, shall be put to death. Israelites were the only ones that were given the law. Israelites are not the only ones that can get punished by the law either, though. When you're under our authority. That's an example of what the kingdom is going to look like when we hold sway over the land. When it's in our authority, if you're a thief, whether you're a heathen, whether you're an Israelite, you are going to get punished like a thief according to the laws of the Bible. I don't think we're going to get rid of that right now. If it freezes again, then we can address it. But that glitch, I don't know. Maybe it makes me look cooler too. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll keep it. I like the effect. Adulterers will get punished by Israelite custom and law in the kingdom, whether you're an Israelite or not. And that's gonna do everybody some good. It's easily avoidable because there's nothing that's preventing any of us from not keeping the law. There's no law that you can't keep. Now, as a man, you obviously cannot keep laws that would apply to a woman on her menstrual cycle. They ain't got nothing to do with you. You can't keep those laws. Ain't none of us here got a farm. And none of us here got land like that, except for the brother in the deep South Texas. Except for that, but that's the only brother I know right now who's got land like that, who's got, well, I don't know if he's got crops yet on there, but he's got livestock. But there's laws concerning, farmers, agriculture, that would not pertain to me because I ain't got acres of vegetation and fruit and vegetables and things out there to have to worry about those that would concern, farmers, landowners. But to those landowners, there's no law that they can't keep as being a landowner. There's no law that they can't keep as being a farmer. Do not glean the corners of your crops. Leave them for the poor. Leave them for the poor and hungry. For anybody wandering by and needs something to eat, you got all the food in the world. There's nothing preventing you from not accommodating that. Blaspheming the Most High, though, that's something that you also don't have to do, no matter how emotional you get about any subject or topic or any calamity in your life. You ain't got to sit there and curse the Most High for your problems. Now, he is not the author of confusion, and he is the one that brings life and death. So if you lose a loved one or somebody that was close to you, yeah, the Most High sanctioned that on the life. But you can't sit there and now start cursing him. You don't know what that individual did. You got brothers in the school that are in the truth, soldiers, men of God that got taken back home. Ain't nobody cursing the Most High for that. We understand how this works. That brother got taken back. He got retired. He got retired early by the Most High. He got taken back. He was relieved of duty. You know what I'm saying? You got other people, children, that the Lord might take at a young age. Who knows what that cause is for? When the disciples had met that blind man, asking who sinned, his parents or him. In that specific case, that brother was blind just for Yahweh to cross his path 30, 40 years down the road. Just for Yahweh to cross his path and heal. That was the whole purpose for that man to be blind, to show the glory of the Most High. That was it. He was just a tool and an instrument used to exercise the Most High's power and strength.
Yes.
So somebody losing their life at any stage, no matter what age they might be, health-wise conditions that they might be in, it ain't for us to sit there and question. Make sure that you don't make any of the same mistakes. Make sure that, like, a 2-year-old, an infant or something like that. What mistakes could that little kid have made? It's almost unfathomable to think that little dude got his life taken away because he committed adultery. It's a baby. They can't do that yet. They don't know how. They don't know anything about that. You just make sure that you don't commit adultery. You make sure that you don't steal, that you don't observe pagan holidays, and you don't worship false idols. You make sure you don't. Don't sit there and question about what happened to the next man. Make sure you don't cross those lines. So, verse 17, and he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. Thou shalt not kill is in the Bible. The context of it is thou shalt not murder. And unjustified unaliving. You can't take matters into your own hands like that. I can't say no matter the situation, because in a matter of self-defense, that is something that is lawful to. You can defend yourself to the point of having to unalive somebody. There is also a point where now you become the aggressor and charges may be brought up against you, not just according to the laws of the land, but even according to the Most High. You can't, if somebody pushes you, you can't cave their head in just because they shoved you. That's not, equal reciprocity for that action. Verse 18, and he that killeth the beast shall make it good, beast for beast. You got to give him one. You take that man's cattle, you got to give him one of yours. And it better not be that crappy one with the lame foot in the back. So somebody's going to try to put a bow tie on it and push him to the front. You can't do that.
That's right.
Read brotherly about this. I think we went over this in Exodus. All right, back into the Hebrew. We got 2 more sets. Running close on time here. Back into the Hebrew. Leviticus chapter 24, verse 19. Wayash, Kaya, Yathan, Mawam, Pa'aymayathwa, Kasha, Maslakia, Kasha, Aisha, Khan, Aisha, Lawa, verse 20, Shabal, Fakah, Shabal, Ayan, Fakhan, Slakia, Fakah, Ayan. Based off of what we did yesterday in Lashawan Kodash class, we'll see who was paying attention to this. Based off of those words right there, any idea what we might be talking about? Shabal, Ayan, Fakah, Ayan. We're Papa?
Try.
No. Ayan. Thakaf. Ayan. South Dakota. We'll get to it. We'll read it in English. This is verse 20, mind you. Shan, Thakaf, Shan, Kasha, Yathan, Mawam, Ba'aram, Khan, Yanathan, Bawa, verse 21, Wamakah, Bahama, Yashalamana, Wamakah, Adam, Yawama, verse 22, Mashapat, Achad, Yahaya, Lakam, Kagar, Kazarak, Yahaya, Kaya, Anya, Yahweh, Alahayakam. Verse 23, Wayadabar, Masha, Albania, Yasha'ala, Wayawa, Taziya'awu, Hamakwalal, all, Makawataza, Lamakana, Wayawagamwa, Athwa, Aban, Wabanya, Yasha'ala, Aishwa, Ka'ashar, Tazwaha, Yahweh, Afmashah, Leviticus chapter 25, verse 1. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Al-Mashah, Bahar, Sayanya, La'amar, verse 2. Yadabar, Dabar, Albania, Yasha'ala, Wayamarat, Alham, Kaya, Taba'aw, Al, Al-Ratazah, Ashar, Anya, Nathan, Lakam, Washabat, Washabatha, Al-Ratazah, Shabbat, La Yahweh. Back into the English, Leviticus chapter 24, verse 19. Sorry, verse 19. Yeah. And if a man cause a blemish in his neighbor, as he had done, so shall it be done to him. Verse 20. Breach for breach, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. As he had caused a blemish in a man, so shall it be done to him again. That's what we were talking about. Ayan, Fakaf, Ayan. We were talking about the letter, the character I and Ayan. Yeah. Just throwing that out there. All right, no sweat the South Dakota. But Ayan is the Hebrew word for the character I in the Lashon Kodash. Because it's pictographic, it's a symbol of an I. Ayan is the word for I, and Ayan is the name for that character. And here it's saying Ayan, Ayan, Fakaf, Ayan, eye for an eye. And that's all I was getting. And nothing crazy, nothing too, outlandish. Shun also tooth. That's the name for that character. Shun. And shun is the word for tooth. So shun, Fakaf, shun. Just throwing that out there. Little impromptu quiz. Everybody passed. Everybody gets a gold star for the effort. For being here, for showing up. There you go, for showing up. All right, verse 21. And he that killeth read verse 20. Breach for breach, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. as he hath caused the blemish in a man, so shall it be done to him again. Now you're going to get also the parallel from Yahushua, where he said it was written, and I'm paraphrasing, it was written in the law, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. What's he say? But I say unto you, Slack and reply. Give me that verse, Baba Kashak, where Yahushua is talking about eye for an eye. It was written in the law, eye for an eye. Because a lot of people got that what do they call it? I guess their own proverb of, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. Yeah, that's true. Maybe people should stop looking around. I think he's getting a garment. You can just set it for him out here. Somebody's got to be the bigger man and stop trying to pluck people's eyes out. Which means somebody else has to be the bigger man and forgive that brother or sister for their offense.
That's right.
But that does not mean that you can just go starting shit with people, offending brothers and sisters, and not expect any kind of punishment to happen to you. Just right now, we're supposed to treat each other with more grace and more brotherhood, more forgiveness, more empathy and understanding, because we're living in hell right now. We are a violent people right now because we are stressed the fuck out. It's like it for my language. It's like it to the men above me. It's like you go ahead.
Exodus chapter 21, verses 24.
Now, it's like this should be in the New Testament. This should be Yahushua's words. So something to the effect of, it's said in the law, it was written in the law. Good.
So it's Exodus and it's in Matthew.
Yeah, give me Matthew, Baba Kashak. Let's see what Matthew got to say about it.
Matthew chapter 5, verses 38. Ye have heard that it has been said, eye for eye and tooth for tooth.
Keep reading.
Verse 39. But I say unto you that he resists the evil.
Should say resist not evil.
Not evil. And but whatsoever shall smite thee on the right cheek, turn to him the other also.
So now in the Old English, that sounds almost counterproductive because it says resist not evil. In my mind, when I first read that, I took that as like, don't resist the evil. Because it's almost like a double negative, which turns it into a positive kind of thing. But the meaning behind that is, don't commit the evil. That's what it means. Resist not evil. It's like, deny the evil. But what does it say? Turn the other cheek. Read that part again.
But whoever shall smite thee on the right cheek, turn to him the other also.
Now, if we go, I think in the verse 40, it's gonna talk about, give them your coat, give them your garment, give them the clothes off your back, damn near.
That's right.
Now, that's not really meant to be taken literal either. But that is, the meaning behind that is, you should afford them every opportunity to not just repent, but to stop messing with you. Well, what's... Oh, no, in the wire. Don't be so quick to try to swing back. Show some restraint. Again, brotherhood. And Yahushua was talking to a crowd in the time who was also oppressed, who was also under the subjugation of our oppressor. And we can't go to them for justice. Look what happened when the people try to go to Caesar and those rulers for justice concerning Yahushua. They put him to death. An innocent man got put to death over some other fool's insecurities and the threat against their power. So this is talking about, extending brotherhood. But if somebody's trying to beat you up, that doesn't mean start taking off all your garments and all your expensive jewelry and your clothes and your boots and giving it to them. They're not after that. Some of them are just looking for a fight. So this is not a literal extension of, literally turn the other cheek and let them swing off on you again. But it's all about don't be so quick to react. Giving them a chance, giving them a little bit of sympathy and understanding that they ain't in their right mind. Some of these people are attacking not just out of the stress of life, but out of mental health issues too. There can be a lot of compounding problems that we're facing that you might not be able to recognize on the surface just because somebody's talking a little bit crazy or moving a little bit weird. All right, so like we're about to go over the time a little bit here. Keep reading. We are in Leviticus 24 and 21 in English. And he that killeth the beast, he shall restore. And he that killeth the man, he shall be put to death. These are justified responses to these actions, though. And all too often, you're going to find people that don't apply the words used, the written law, the oral giving of the law. We hear the words, we read the words in these records here. We hear the words when we're talking about them, when we're reciting the records. But people ain't taking them to heart and then applying them in real life. There goes the camera again. So sometimes the only way to reach them is by violence. And some of these people, they're just going to have to get cut off. They're just going to have to be reset. Not just restraint, but discipline and brotherhood and sisterhood to keep this nation intact, because we're dealing with people that are not in their right mind, that are dealing with unclean spirits. Verse 22, ye shall have one manner of law as well for the stranger as one for your own country, for I am the Lord your God. That same standard that Israel is going to be meant to keep the stranger is going to be expected to keep that as well. Again, when we are in our land, when we are in authority, I don't expect heathens and brothers that are coming out of the world, or brothers that live in the Christian church or in Islam or in Egyptology. I don't expect them to not eat pork. As an Israelite, I guess I expect them to not eat pork, but because I already know what kind of life they live in, it's not realistic. It's not something it's not practical to expect them to not eat pork or to not do drugs, to not be a thief, to not commit adultery. It's kind of expected that they're going to do the opposite of what's expressed here. But when we are in our kingdom, like in this school, we hold everybody to the same measure. We hold everybody to that same standard. Heathens too, when they're in here, when they're in these doors. That's why they can't just come through them doors. They're not invited to the cookout. Nothing. So now brothers and sisters that come in here, if they don't act accordingly, they will get put out. If they resist and they try to fight back, there's an answer for that as well. Verse 23, and Moses spake to the children of Israel that they should bring forth him that had cursed out of the camp and stone him with stones. And the children of Israel did as the Lord commanded Moses. Leviticus chapter 25, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, when ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. Leviticus chapter 25, verse 3 in the Hebrew. Shashah, Shanyam, Tazarai, Sarak, Yashashah, Shanyam, Tazamal, Karamak, Wasapat, Ak, Tabuatha, verse 4. Wabashana, Karamak, it's like a Karamaka. Maybe pronouncing some of those other ones wrong. My fault. So like, Wasapat, Ak. It's like I already read this, didn't I? Tabuatha, verse 4. Wabashana. Here we go. Kashabi'ai, Shabbat, Shabbat 1, Yahaya, La Rataza, Shabbat, La Yahweh, Sadaka, La'ah, Tazarai, Wakaramaka, La'ah, Tazamal, verse 5, Ah, Sapayat, Kwatazi Yarak, La'ah, the Quat Slakin, the Quataz war, Wa'ah, Ainabi, Nazayarak, La'ah, the Batazar, Shanah, Shabbat 1, Yahaya, La Rataza, verse 6, Wahayatha, Shabbat, it's like it, Shabbat, Harataza, Lakam, La'akala, Laka, Wala Ibat Salaki, Wala Ibarka, Wala Mataka, Wala Shekai Yaraka, Wala Tawa Salaki, Tawa Shabbat, Walatwa Shabaka Salaki, Hagari Salaki, Hagari, Amaka, verse 7. Well, Wala Bahamathaka, Wala Khaya, Ashar, Barat Sakit, Barat Tazaka, the Haya, Ko, Tabua Atha, La Ko, verse 8. Wasapara, Laka, Shabai, Shabbatha, Shanyam, Shabai, Shanyam, Shabai, Paimayam, Wahayawa, Laka, Yamya, Shabai, Shabbatha, Hashanyam, Tashai, Waharabayim, Shana, verse 9. Wahai Barak, Shawpal, the Rawaiha, Bacharach, Hashabiah, by Shawal, Lacharach, by Yawam, Hakaparium, Daibayarawa, Shawpal, Bakal, Arat Tazakam, verse 10. Waquadashut Slaki, Wakwirashathom, Shana, Hakamashim, Shana, Wakwarathom, Darawal, Barataza, Lakal, Yashab Yahab, Yawabal, Hawa'a, Tahaya, Slaki, Tahaya, Lakam, Washabatham, Ayash, all, Akazathwa, Wayash, all, Mashapakathwa, Tashabwa. Back in the English, Leviticus chapter 25, verse 4. It's like verse 3. 6 years shalt thou sow thy field, and 6 years shalt thou prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruits thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. This is kind of what I was just talking about. I don't have land like that. I cannot keep this law, no matter how hard I try. This is a law for landowners. Now, people want to try to minimize it to, well, hey, if you got a garden, shouldn't this apply too? Yeah, probably. You know, we can work that out. But if you ain't got a garden, this ain't something that concerns you. But it's still a law. But that's not something that you can keep if you ain't got land or a garden. So if somebody asks you, do you keep all the laws? Can you keep all the laws? You goddamn right, Salakia. You're damn right you can. You're damn right you do. But some of these things just don't apply to you if you don't have some of those features or elements in your life. Verse 5. That which groweth of its own accord by thy harvest, thou shalt not reap, neither gather the grapes of thy vineyard of thy vine undressed. For it is a year of rest unto the land. Let it grow, let it die. Let it go through one like a natural cycle without that harvest. Verse 6. And with all that food dying too, and then going back into the soil, it redistributes the nutrients back into that land. Verse 6. And the Sabbath of the land shall be meat for you, for thee and for thy servant, and for thy maid and for thy hired servant, and for the stranger that sojourneth with thee. Verse 7. And for thy cattle, and for the beasts that are in thy land, shall all the increase thereof be meat. That doesn't mean that you can't eat the stuff, but it's not gonna be treated as you're not gonna be going out there conducting it as like a normal harvest. Bringing it all in, pruning the crops down. I'm not a farmer, so I don't know, what the protocols for that is. But that gets skipped this year. Verse 8. And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of years unto thee, 7 times 7 years, and the space of the 7 Sabbaths of years shall be unto thee 49 years. Verse 9. And then shalt thou cause the trumpet of the Jubilee to sound. On the 10th day of the 7th month, in the day of atonement, shall ye make the trumpet sound throughout all your land. Verse 10. And ye shall hallow the 50th year, and proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto you, and ye shall return every man to his possession, and ye shall return every man unto his family. So if you had any hired servants, if you had any slaves of war, they go back home. If you had any slaves or servants due to a debt, and I know that word slave, it drives some people crazy. Don't be so sensitive about it. It's not quite what you mean in the Bible or what you think it means in the Bible. But if you had anybody that was gotten of a debt or gotten through war, or somebody that you had paid for, hired servant, in this year Jubilee, they all go free. Debts get forgiven. If they didn't pay it off, then that's just it. Then the debt's forgiven, and it's wiped clean. With that being said, try to pay your debts. Be an honorable person about it. Pay your debts if you got it. But you ain't got to be shysty about it. You ain't got to sit there and wait for, 6 years or something like that. 6 years or 60 years, because it does kind of go in cycles. But don't sit there and be stingy, wait for 6 years to pass, not lifting a finger to try to make that right, a debt that you owe. But if it's like a debt that you're working off, there's really nothing that you can do about it individually. Work as hard as you can, though. You know, work. You ain't got to work your fingers to the bone necessarily, but be a good laborer. Get the job done. Still bring some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Honor to your name. You might be in debt to somebody, and that doesn't necessarily have to be a shame on you either, though. You ain't got to carry that around like it's like you're a leper just because you owed somebody your debt. Just work it off. Do a good job for that person while you're working it off too, whatever the task might be. Because again, if you're an Israelite, you can't treat people a certain way, especially another Israelite. There's an expectation on us. With that, we shall close out with the prayers. Men of Israel, I'm like y'all solid. Y'all ain't got to do that much like. Upon Yakudam, trying to face the east. There's the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 through 13. Abanav, Bashmai, Bashmai, Das, Hayat, Sumka, Yaho, Malaka, Rakazaka, Hayat, Aisha, Barakaza, Kawa, Hayat, Bashmai, the Thumbnail, the call, you want, what's the luck now? How about now? What's the luck now? How about you know? Fabiana, but it's our one, a ball, Shana, right, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wahala, Hapapara, I will love you. Among in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Start to the front. Salute the Torah.
Yeah, Bashem, yeah, stop, yeah.
Y'all Boston, y'all start rock. Yep. I'm gonna show you how to rock. Yep.
Y'all about show. Y'all about rock. Yeah.
Select.
Y'all about to see me outside, bro. Yeah.
I'm individual, mighty Sabbath, mighty Barak, Yahweh, outside Rakathon, Yahweh, courtesy salute for the sisters. If they are present where you are, sorry to the sisters, turn to the sisters, men of Israel, and mighty Shabbat, Amayim, Barak, Yahweh, Shemal, Atam, Shimei, Shah, Yahweh, that concludes Sabbath service.